from Penelope that I had never heard of before, thanks to our hookup at the local liquor store.
The local liquor store, yeah. We were goofing off.
Per usual.
Like we normally do when we both have a day off.
As I always do.
And, yeah, we were going to check out. We came in for, we got the
A little something you might not know called the
double barrel.
Aged 5 years.
5 years.
We'll review later.
Which we'll talk about that.
Later.
A couple other things. And this was offered from the back.
And when you get offered from the back and the price is right, it's hard to turn down.
Now, to be fair, I've never heard of this before.
Granted, it's from Penelope, so.
Well, we know a little bit about Penelope. We know a lot about Penelope.
Big fan of their Architect series. They do a good job.
Yeah, they're redid. I mean, I've got...
Primarily, they do 4-grain offerings.
Yeah, Penelope, kind of like we talked about with the Horse Soldier.
We also saw their Forget Cancer offering for this year, which we passed on.
Yeah, a lot of people have been looking for the F Cancer, and we saw it there, and at 94 proof, we passed on it, which is fine.
Let someone else
save it for somebody else, right? But when we got offered this, now this is the Havana, so this is going to be finished in rum barrels first, and then maple syrup barrels. Mm-hmm. Now, let me backtrack. So Penelope originally was an NDP out of Kentucky.
Nowadays they make their own juice, right?
Not necessarily. So they were an NDP that sourced from MGP.
Yeah.
So Midwest Grain Productions, which we all know now as Ross and Squid. Well, they did such a good job at sourcing whiskey from MGP and then putting their little takes on it that MGP ended up buying the company.
Oh.
So they bought Penelope out.
Oh, I see.
So, and when I said years ago, when I first heard about that, I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting because Penelope made great stuff when they were sourcing MGP, but now that MGP owns them,
now they have access to.
I was like, they're going to have access to some pretty good stuff because now it's in MGP's best interest that Penelope does really well. So when we reviewed the weeded bourbon, right, that was really good. And I'm guessing that's probably, that might have been the first big release after the acquisition. So anyway, so that's Penelope. So when we got offered this, we'd never heard of the Havana, and little did I know, or you know, that it looks like it's a store pick.
It is.
Comes in at 111-ish proof.
Yeah, 111.6, which is very nice.
Yeah, for Penelope, that's pretty nice.
Now, there's two considerations with this because it is double finished with maple syrup and rum barrels. Mm-hmm. Maple syrup generally is hard to do.
That's a tough one because we have the RD1 maple syrup barrel, and it's so maple syrup forward that to drink it just neat out of the glass or out of the bottle is just really hard to do.
It's so rich.
Yeah, it's too much maple syrup, right? So maple syrup finishes can be very difficult to pull off.
Whereas rum cask finish, those are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, for most of the rum stuff that we've had, the Cooper and Cask and the
or even Yellowstone.
Yeah, Yellowstone, that's right. We did Yellowstone, and High West has a
Ever finish. Lagavulin, they have a
their Offerman 11-year.
Yeah, the Offerman 11-year, which I hear is phenomenal.
Yeah, we'll get it one of these days
eventually.
So anyway, rum finishes kind of tough to pull off. Maple barrel finishes kind of tough to pull off. So since we literally just got this today,
at least on the nose, it smells like they went with the rum finish to offset how terribly sweet and the maple finish normally is.
I really get the rum.
Mm-hmm. Really reminds me of Pusser's rum.
Yeah.
Especially their what's it called? Gunpowder strength variety.
Yeah, right. It's their 110-ish, 111-ish proof.
Yeah, their cask strength finish.
Yeah, but very sweet, but you get a lot of tropical notes though.
Let's get tropical.
Jackie Moon.
Corn dogs, Jackie. Corn dogs
for all these people.
That smells delightful.
Wait, you're really going to wrestle a bear?
Yeah.
What you go do is you go in your mom's purse and you live about $10. Sorry, that's lame movie references, but
that movie is lame and awesome.
But it's interesting because there's a tropicalness, but you still get like the slightest hint of the mapley
Yeah, it's on the back,
Yeah.
which is where the maple finish really shines. A little bit like what we were talking about before with the peanut finish of your typical your Jim Beam product. I really like when that peanut note is on the back. Likewise, I really
like the old Granddad 7.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was really good.
All right, well,
This on the nose is super interesting.
It's a French. Ooh, okay.
I feel like the Grinch. The Dr. Seuss's Grinch with Jim Carrey. Like, ooh.
Ha.
When he's trying to unclose.
That's it, I'm not going.
That's... Holy shit, that's actually...
That's quite
That's
impressive.
done, that's done very, very well.
Makes sense, the angle that they went with, huh?
Wow. Yeah, that's really good, man. I mean, so here's the thing. So when when they bought Penelope, one of the prerequisites of the purchase was that they had to keep their whole team keep them in, what was it called?
Keep them in house.
In-house, yeah, they had to keep them intact.
Yeah,
That's what I was going for. I'm a dipshit.
It's okay.
But yeah, they had to keep them intact. So all the blenders, all the tasters, like everybody had to stay there. So they couldn't change anything.
That, I think, is the finest example of maple syrup barrel finish that I've ever had.
Yeah, but there's something about the maple syrup finish with the rum finish before it, where you get the tropical, and they left it in the maple barrels just long enough just to pick up a little bit of that maple syrup, that sort of that pancake note.
Yeah, that sugary sweetness.
Yeah, like pancakes in the morning.
Yeah, powdered sugar.
Yeah, what like the Knob Creek maple or the RD1 maple.
Whereas where those are very overpowering.
Yeah.
This is a stroke of brilliance to use the rum cask to offset the sweetness that you get.
Dude, go back in there and tell me on the nose if you don't get a little bit of like the Sprite. The soda.
Yeah.
That tropical lemon lime.
There's something bubbly about that.
Yeah. Super interesting, right? I didn't get that in the beginning.
That's your most off-kilter note in a minute.
I know. But that's what it is. It's kind of got like that lemon lime mixed with like, pineapple and tropical notes. And then it's funny, even on the nose, just on the very back, if you think about it, you get a little bit of like that maple syrup pancake note, right? Just on the very back. I even get it on the nose, which is wild.
I'm glad they decided to keep some proof on this offering.
Mm-hmm.
It really helps it stand out.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't proof it down to, 94 or whatever. Now, this is a specs pick. I don't know what the standard proofing is on this, but...
The standard offering on secondary we read is going for some silly like $300.
Well, it's almost $300.
This was $75 retail.
Yeah, retail.
Very reasonable.
And here's the thing. Once again, if you even at big box stores, if you spend enough time there and you are buying stuff,
and you're friendly,
and you're not asking, oh, what do you have allocated, blah, and you're not
being a con about it.
You're not a pain in the ass. Like today, like she just came up to us, the manager, and she's like, hey.
I noticed you two wander around and seem to like rare and interesting whiskey.
And she said, and you guys buy stuff all the time. And so, bingo, our first offering from a big box store.
A big box store of all places.
And something, I knew, hey, she said it was Penelope, never heard of the Havana cask, right?
I'll show you a cask.
Didn't know it was a store pick, right? She messed the price up 3 times.
Yeah, she thought it was $100 right off the rip.
Yeah, didn't care. I'm like, cool, well, we'll take it. And then when we got home and looked at it, I'm like, oh shit, this is a store pick. And then looked it up and saw it was going on secondary for, it's $300, $289 before shipping, and it's not a store pick. So I don't know what the regular proof is on this, but not saying you're going to find it, but if you do find it, and you're like,
this review is more about the importance of being nice to whoever slings booze.
yeah,
that you happen to know.
Yeah, like I said, I've said it a million times. build relationships, make yourself seen.
It's good to have friends.
Make sure you're buying stuff, even if it's, $25 bottle of Benchmark.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just you're in there and then, you start talking about stuff with people and they're like, oh, this guy might be, or this gal might be interested in something I've got. And evidently at our local store, we found the Jack Daniel's Toasted, and they put a lot of stuff up front that's, quote unquote hard to find, but every now and again, they got shit in the back and we didn't have to ask for it.
No.
It was just, hey.
Didn't even know this existed.
No, I had never even heard of this particular blend before until an hour and a half ago. So the fact that we got it and it's
really remarkable.
And this is one of those things, unlike the other day when we got offered that bottle of Campbelltown Scotch.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything about it. The guy said it was hard to find. I'm like, okay, cool. But
it was 15-year-old Scotch. It's like, that doesn't sound that hard to find. But as soon as she rattled off, first of all, she noticed that we were regulars.
Correct.
Rapport there. Second, she said, it's from Penelope, and it's a double cast finish. It's like, ooh, that's you don't see those very often. Whereas, like, I trip over 15-year-old Scotch.
Yeah. And if you want to be technically, this is a triple cast finish.
Yeah, good point.
Because and there's no age statement, right? So it's spent at least 4 years in a regular white oak barrel before going into rum barrels and then going into maple syrup barrels. This is fantastic.
Wow.
I mean, hats off to whoever's doing what at Penelope.
Penelope always does a good job. The only one that we had a bit of a...
Yeah, a little disappointed with I think it was the Valencia.
Yeah, the Valencia, because it didn't have...
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough orange.
Right.
But everything else, like we mentioned at the start, especially their Architect series, that's fantastic.
Yeah, Architect's good. All their barrel select stuff, they're weeded. I'm looking at them right now. They're toasted bourbon, they're toasted rye. You can't miss with Penelope. And if people would say, oh, it's fucking MGP.
Who cares?
Piss off. You don't know what you're talking about.
They do a good job.
In my honesty, you don't know what you're talking about.
MGP has good juice. Of course, you can mess it up just like you can mess it up with your own juice. But
sure.
MGP has good juice.
It's phenomenal. And so the guys and gals at Penelope, hats off to them. The people at our local spec store, hats off to them. This is a phenomenal pick.
Great pick.
Phenomenal.
Like, good choice.
Yeah, I mean, this is a special whiskey. It's very unique, right? It's very unique. There's nothing in all these shelves in here
that tastes quite like that.
No, there's other stuff like what tastes close to Stag Junior. I'm like, well, I can get you that Trails End 10-year barrel proof single barrel.
This
stands on its own.
One of a kind.
One of a kind.